Auditing information security management. This is an important role of the information systems auditor. As part of protecting information assets, it's important that an auditor is able then to audit the actual management of the information security program. The information systems auditor then reviews the controls. Now, controls are put in place specifically to address or to mitigate a risk. It's important from the auditor's perspective that the goal of reviewing the controls is to ensure that those controls are meeting their objective. And of course, their objective is then to mitigate that risk effectively. We want to make sure that the risk to the organization is in alignment with management's perception. Management may have a perception that we're secure when our audits find out maybe we're not. Or management could have a fear that we are insecure when really the reviews we do indicate that we have done what would be considered adequate security commensurate with the level of risk. So doing an effective audit allows us to provide assurance to management that we're compliant with legislation and regulations, allows us to provide up-to-date status reports on how our security program is being managed, and certainly, is it making progress or getting worse? This allows management to execute their responsibilities of good governance. Good governance says that they are executing responsible protection of the information assets of the organization. So what are some of the areas as an auditor we are especially going to look at? We're going to review policies. Make sure the policies have been signed off by senior management. Make sure the policies are up to date and current with today's real world. Make sure that those policies have been communicated and that everyone is aware of them. But policies, in the end, are words. We need actions, and this is where, as auditors, we check to make sure that the actions, which we could call the procedures, are actually being followed. We have procedures in place to ensure that we have things like change control and patch management and system monitoring and identification and management types of tools. We want to be sure and to provide that assurance to management that all of these procedures we have are actually working, not just that they're a theoretical, well, that's how they say we do it, but that's not how it really happens. We'll also test then the technical controls, especially the controls related to access. Technical or logical access controls are the controls we use to control access to our systems, networks, applications, data, and even our buildings, of course, though in many ways those are physical access controls. Testing of logical or technical access controls means we make sure that a person's level of authorization is correct, that our password and single sign-on products are actually working correctly. And we'll also review the awareness and training programs of the organization. Is everyone receiving the security awareness training they should be getting? Also, are the people that are responsible for management of our technologies properly trained in how to then manage and oversee the operation of those technologies?